Hi, this is Ron Karr, author of the CEO best-selling book, Lead, Sell, or Get Out of the Way. Have you ever had an assumption that just got in the way of your life? That happened to me recently. We had this really old color TV in my bedroom, and I was just waiting for the day that it would die. And one day, my dream came true. I pressed the power button, and the TV did not move. It never came to life. And I said, my dreams have been fulfilled. I can now get a new TV. And what turned out to be a dream actually turned out to be an assumption. Because you see, after I wasted all this time getting a new TV and bringing it in and taking down the wall unit, I realized to my horror that the plug was simply out of the socket by about a centimeter. And when I pushed it in, the power did come back on. But I'm sitting there and saying to myself, what a fool! If I just took the time to plug it in, I would not have had to have gotten a new TV that day and spent all this money and all this time. So I went to 10 really good colleagues of mine, really successful people, and I said, if you take into account all the assumptions we make on a daily basis, for example, when someone said something to you and it really ticked you off and it ruined your day, maybe it ruined a few minutes a day, week, even a couple weeks, even a month, how much time did you waste? And how much productivity did you give up because you were consumed by that assumption? Or for us guys, how about the fact that we're driving down the road, not really sure how to go, and instead of asking for directions, we make the wrong assumptions, we make the wrong turn, and we wind up going 50 miles out of our way. So you get the idea of how all these assumptions can affect our day and our productivity. And here's what my colleagues said. They said to a person, they figured on average, they wasted about 1 hour a day on assumptions. 1 hour a day. At 365 hours a year, that's 15 days. But get this, if you extrapolate it over a 30-year career, it comes out to 456 days or 65 weeks or 1.4 years of time that you gave up or were not as productive as you could have been because of how the assumptions affected your life. What if I came to you after your career was over and said, here's 1.4 years. Have fun with it. What could you do? What kind of inspiration could you get to use that time to help your fellow man? What could you do to do the things you really still wanted to do in life but didn't have the time that would give you fun and fulfillment? You see, that's the shame of assumptions. They rob us of fun and fulfillment. And they rob us of our time, energy, and ability to help others the way we normally would do so. So here's my question to you. How often do assumptions interrupt your life? Now, what do you do about it? You see, assumptions come about clearly because we let the emotion of the moment take over. So the first thing I would suggest that you do when an assumption hits you, sit back for a couple of seconds and ask yourself, is this really what's happening? And think about all the other things in the environment that can give you maybe contrary evidence as to what might or could be. When you think about things for a couple of extra seconds, many times the erroneous assumptions disappear and you start acting with the right facts. Just those couple of seconds can make a big difference as to whether or not you're going to be giving up hours of your life or whether or not you're going to be increasing the fun, fulfillment, and impacts your life has made on this world. This is Ron Karr, author of the CEO best-selling book, Lead, Sell, or Get Out of the Way, wishing you a great day.